Alrighty, I'm going to go ahead and create the second level. So let's go ahead and jump into our scenes, go into level 2. Now, just like what we did before, I'm going to move the level start, the health bar, and the player. I'm going to move him over there, and I'm going to pretty much delete everything else. I'm going to make sure that I'm deleting the stuff I want to. I don't want to delete the main camera, obviously. Yeah, and I don't want to delete the game finish line. So I'll just delete everything else, and then like before, I will delete all the trees except for one, and then we'll place them here in a moment, or at the end of this. So I'll move the trees over there, and somehow looks like our teal backgrounds have vanished. If they vanish for you guys, make sure that you go ahead and set the order and layer to 1 on the teal backgrounds. So we're going to do that. Alrighty, so we're going to need, this should be a simpler level than the first one. We're going to need some 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these guys. So we're going to do 2 to make 4. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to do one more, duplicate that. And then we're going to go into our prefabs, go into our tiles, and create our dirt grass full. And then I'm going to drop it on the origin, 0, 0, 0. Hold down Control, move it up. Then I'm going to create another dirt grass full right here. Then I'm going to go down and I'm going to go into textures, into my texture atlas main, and I'm going to grab my tube right there. And I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. And then I'm going to rotate it around in the z-axis so that it's facing down. And then I'm going to place it right there on our thing. And I think that looks good. And that's where I'm going to place my level start. Place my level start right there at the end of that tube. Then we're going to need some dirt grass fulls. So I'm going to create one there. We're going to create 3 in total. 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to move over a dirt full. And then we're going to move over another dirt full. And then we're going to add 2 grass fulls on top of those 2 dirt fulls. Then we're going to create some punji sticks. So I'm going to go into prefabs, tiles, punji sticks. I'm going to orient them at the origin at 0, 0, 0. Click and drag them so they come over there. Duplicate both of these guys twice across next to the punji sticks. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab a dirt full grass. And then I'm going to create 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these guys. So let's create 1, 2. Let's duplicate this to create 4. And let's duplicate these to create 8. So now we have 8 of those dirt grass fulls. Then I'm going to need a dirt full, move it over here, and then I'm going to put a dirt grass full on top of it. And then I'm going to put a dirt full right there, a dirt full right there, a dirt grass full on top of it, a dirt grass full diagonal to it. I guess that should work-ish, maybe? Maybe. Yeah, I don't know what you're thinking there. And then I'm going to create dirt. I'm not complaining. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I'm going to create dirt fulls underneath these guys.
It's just suspension of disbelief. Run with it.
Alrighty.
We can do that in games.
I suppose. Then we can go ahead and create some more dirt grass fulls. We're going to create 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these. So we're going to create 1, 2, duplicate 2 of them to create 4, and then grab 3 of them, because 4 plus 3 is 7, and move them over there. Come over here, add in a dirt full, add in 2 dirt grass fulls, move them on top of there. Then we want to create 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dirt grass fulls, move them over here. Then we want to create a dirt So 1, 2, 3, 4 dirtfuls. And then we want to create 2 dirt grassfuls on top of that. And then 2 more dirtfuls to fill in this little area. And then 2 dirt grassfuls to go on top of that. And then we want to create 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dirt grassfuls. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Duplicate those. And we have that. Then we want to create 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we want to create 5 dirtfuls. So that'll create 2. That'll create 4. And then that'll make 5 after we duplicate that one. And then we'll put a dirt grassful on top of it. And that is actually going to be the geometry of our level, or at least the baseline, the ground of our level. So let's go ahead and actually, since we have that done, let's go ahead and find our camera bounds, and let's set our camera bounds up so that they are set to this level. So I'm going to move them, and then I'm going to scale them, and then I'm going to move them over here-ish, and then I'm going to scale them down just a tad. And I think that should be acceptable. Now let's go ahead and place our mountains and our trees first. So before we get to our other stuff, so I want to go ahead and place a mountain there, a mountain there. Let's go ahead and create some more blue mountains, and create another blue mountain there. And then let's grab our tree. We have 1 tree right now. Let's create some more trees throughout the level. And let's do a big tree right here, because tree. Okay, so that's our background, and that's our base level. So let's go ahead and place all the objects on our base level first. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over here and we're going to place our stars. So we're going to place our stars that are on the ground. So we're going to come over here, we're going to grab a point star, and we're going to place some in our level. Grab a point star, we're going to place one there, place one there, place one over there. We want to place one right there. So let's zoom in a little bit. Place one there, place one there, place one there, place one there. And again, this is just really all this is just object placement, and it's totally up to you guys. Again, just giving some ideas for how you might want the level to be organized. So we'll create those stars there, and then we'll create a star there, a star there, and a star there that the player will have to jump to acquire. And then we're going to place one more star on the ground, and that's going to be by this huge tree, and it's going to be a huge star. So we're going to scale the star up to be really big, and then we're going to change the points to add from 10 to 200, because why not? It's bigger, you should get more points, right?
Because reasons.
Yes, because reasons. Reasons are the
Because
best.
reasons, yes.
Reasons are the best reasons. Okay, so now that we have that all set up, let's set up our insta-deaths. So I'm going to go ahead and place in a insta-kill buzzsaw there. I'm going to change his start to be a little bit lower so he's easier to handle. Then I'm going to create a field. Wow. Really? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these guys, and they're alternating. Okay, so we're going to create a field of these buzzsaws. I assume that this field should be like basically impenetrable. That's the idea.
It's meant to be very difficult, and you should maybe think about an alternate route.
Okay. So let's go ahead and create that insta-kill buzzsaw there. Let's duplicate it, and then let's flip its start and its end. So I'm going to take its end and move it to where its start is, and I'm going to take its start and move it to where its end is. Then I'm just going to select both of these insta-kill buzzsaws. So I'm going to select this one, which is for some reason all the way at the top of my hierarchy, and then this one, which is at the bottom of the hierarchy, and I'm just going to duplicate this pattern so that there's a total of 6 of them. And that should basically look terrifying. Okay, so we're gonna have two more insta-kill buzzsaws. So I'm gonna grab this insta-kill buzzsaw and I'm gonna duplicate it, and I'm gonna place it all the way here. Then I'm gonna have another insta-kill buzzsaw all the way here on this other kind of island-ish area. And that's going to do it for our insta-kill buzzsaws and our stars. Or at least our stars for the ground. So let's go ahead and do our cannons. So we're going to have 3 cannons on the ground. I'm going to take a cannon, I'm going to move it in here, right there, and I'm going to flip it by setting its scale from -1 to 1. And then I'm going to place it on the ground. Then I'm going to take this cannon's destination point and I'm going to move it over there a little bit. Then I'm going to go over here and I'm going to place 2 cannons here. I'm going to place 1 cannon right there and another cannon up there. And that will pretty much do it for the cannons that are on the ground. So now let's go ahead and place the 2 health packs that are on the ground. So there's going to be a health pack right here in this area after this first cannon, which actually makes sense because cannon isn't an insta-kill and could damage you. And then we'll place another health pack in this second valley. All right, so that actually pretty much wraps up the ground. The only thing left is we have a couple of platforms and a couple of stars up on the top of the level. So let's go ahead and put those in there. The platforms will start right about here, and so I'm going to bring over a pathed platform, and I'm going to have a start right there, and I'm going to grab its end, and I'm going to set its end's transform position to 0, so that's in the center, and then I'm going to drag it up. Then I'm going to take this whole path platform mechanism, duplicate it, and move it up here so that the player will have to jump off from one platform to another. And then I'm going to start placing magical floating blocks in the air. So I'm going to grab one of my dirtful grasses, I'm going to duplicate it, and I'm going to move it right about here, right about the distance that we would be able to jump from that moving platform over to this block. And then I'm going to duplicate it and move it there, duplicate that, move it there, duplicate that, move it there. So kind of creating a diamondish shape. Move it there, move it there. And then we want to create 2 platforms right here. So those will be those platforms. Then we're going to fill these with stars. So I'm going to place a point star pretty much like everywhere. Stars for everyone. That's a lot of stars. That makes me happy, because the star animation makes me happy, along with this noise it makes when you get a star. Okay, so let's go ahead and put a path platform right here. And then on the end, I'll move it all the way over here. So that will basically be skipping a portion of the level if we went this way. And then I'm going to be taking this dirtful grass, move it there, move it, duplicate it there and move it there, duplicate that, move it there, duplicate it there, move it there, duplicate it again, move it there, duplicate it up here, move it there, move it there, move it there, and move it there. Then I'm going to place a health pack up here, along with some more point stars. So on a point star there, point star there, point star there. More stars.
Yay for stars.
You get a gold star for participation. Just by jumping up on these platforms. Actually, you get like 20 of them. It's funny, like the amount of points that you'll get from this big star, like make all these tiny stars like kind of silly, but if you're going for the maximum score, I guess it makes sense. Okay, the last thing I want to do with this level is I want to place a cannon right about here to where this will end. So I'm going to click and drag a cannon, and then I'm going to have the cannon's endpoint, or its destination, be stretched all the way out over there. Alrighty, you ready to test the game?
Heck yeah.
Sweet, so let's go ahead and hit start and see what happens. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Oh, I missed the platform. I wonder if it's even possible, given the player's speed, in order to be able to even get close to finishing that. Also, this platform situation is impossible. It's impossible because they're both the exact same length and the exact same speed. Yeah. Let's go ahead and switch the start and the ends. So I'm going to set set the Y there to that, and I'm going to set the start up there so they're backwards. So it should be possible at all times to move from one to the other. Now we can move over there, and we get a bunch of star porn. Now I will have to change the camera bounce, but I'll do that after we finish this level. More stars! And then we jump down into something we can't see, but that's okay. Oh, it would suck if I died right now.
Yeah, that's why you gotta decide if you want to go back for the extra points or not.
Yeah. Alrighty! We made it to the end of the game. So the last thing that we have to do, or a couple things we have to do. First of all, we have to go to our camera bounds, which are somewhere. I forgot to put all the platforms in a different game object, so yeah. And we have to increase our camera bounds so we can see up there for all those stars, and that should do it. I think that gets it perfectly. Yep, just about. And then all we have to do is we have to find our finish line, which is right there, move it over here, and I'm basically going to make the finish line if you jump anywhere to collect the star, you'll finish the game.
Nice.
Okay, this is a game. So I would really want to stress the fact that the last two videos we've been spending, almost an hour actually just placing these objects, but we haven't had to go into Visual Studio once. And that's because of all the work we've already done to put together these components. And once you make these components nice and modular, you're able to combine them into new and interesting ways without even touching any line of code.
And that's really the power of Unity right there, is the way you can extend everything out like that.
Yeah, the component-oriented architecture of Unity combined with the editor extendability make it very, very nice to work with as far as being able to place objects quickly. Combine that with prefabs, and as you saw, we basically turned Unity into a 2D platform game framework over the course of all these videos. And now that's implemented, well, we can create quite a few different combinations of gameplay without changing any of our code. And if we wanted to add additional gameplay elements, it would be trivial to do because a lot of the legwork has already been implemented.
Yep, absolutely awesome. And it feels like it was really long haul getting here, but really just we covered a ton of material that's not beginner level stuff. You can easily go out and make a full game at this point.
Yep, that's exactly what we wanted to do from the start, is make a full game that's actually, polished enough to play and supports multiple levels and has points and all that fun stuff. And we don't have nasty things like having the camera be outside the bounds or things like that. Things feel very solid and complete, and that's really what we wanted to do.
Well, it was a good time, Nelson. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and I definitely want to thank you for all the help that you've you've given me over the last however many weeks, helping me put this together, do the design stuff, the assets, the music. Yeah, it's been great working with you, man.
Which reminds me, if you are more of the programming side like Nelson and you enjoyed this course, you can also find on our site a free course on how to create all of this artwork, even if you've never picked up a pencil to draw with. If you've got Photoshop or you can load up GIMP, I can show you how to make this with just a mouse.
Sweet. All right. Well, the last thing I guess I want to say is, if you've enjoyed this course, definitely head over to 3D Buzz for definitely for the art stuff, and then also we have a lot more advanced Unity content that's coming out, and you can learn more about that on our site. We're putting together an MMO. It's a very big project with a lot of bits of functionality that's very interesting and is non-trivial. So definitely check it out.
Absolutely. It's been big so far, and it's only going to get bigger.
Yeah. What, over 100 hours of recorded content available? Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite a bit more than 100 at this point.
Oh yeah, yeah. We've definitely been adding a lot to it over the last month. But yeah. So go ahead, go out and check that out. And I hope you guys enjoyed this series.
Thanks, everyone.